In this video, I'll be ranking every episode of I'll be ranking every episode from the first 4 seasons from last to first, including the Adam Eve special. During the ranking, I'll be dividing the episodes into tiers as well, and at the end of the ranking, I'll do the 4 seasons rank too. Of course, do be warned, I will be covering major spoilers. Before starting, thank you all for 100 subscribers. C tier. There are no F or D tiers of Invincible, so the lowest tier today is C. But these episodes are the types of episodes I typically wouldn't rewatch, and sometimes feel like they get in the way of the rest of the show.
Saving the human race from disease!
Number 33. Season 1, Episode 6. You Look Kinda Dead. When Mark goes on a trip to Upstate University, things go wrong when D.A. Sinclair experiments on his fellow students. This is definitely my least favorite episode of Invincible. The entire episode is frustrating. It just dwells on Mark and Amber's relationship when you want to be getting back to the main storyline with Invincible and Omni-Man. Not a great episode. That's why it's last.
You know me! I'm practically...
Number 32. Season 2, Episode 6. It's Not That Simple. Following the fight with the Sequids and Rex's bullet to the head, this episode starts with the conclusion to those 2 extreme cliffhangers. But after the very start of the episode, it is pretty slow, with the only memorable scene being when Alan visits Mark's dorm room.
Can I go now? That makes a lot more sense.
Number 31. Season 2, Episode 2. In about 6 hours, I lose my virginity to a fish. Mark goes on a bunch of side quests, including fighting Doc Seismic, the new Darkwing, and a sea monster. This episode feels like what it is, a side quest.
The humans are scheduled for immediate execution. We cannot risk them coming in encounter with the sacred.
I understand.
Number 30. Season 1, Episode 4. Neil Armstrong, Eat Your Heart Out. Mark goes on a trip to Mars, but it's not a very special episode. It does start the Sequid storyline, though.
Crown fragile.
You said it was forged of pain. How does that sound fragile?
Number 29. Season 4, Episode 4. Herm. Damien Darkblood and Mark work together to put an end to the war in Hell. This episode is definitely overhated. It's a slower episode, sure, but it is some calm before the storm of the second half of Season 4. We get to see a brand new storyline not in the comics, and learn the lore of the Invincible Universe's Hell. Also, the ending was absolutely peak.
Titan told me about you.
Then you should know you're already dead.
Number 28. Season 3, Episode 5. This was supposed to be easy. Mark fights Mr. Liu. Not a crazy episode. Feels a little slower in the middle of a great season. B tier. These episodes are still great episodes. For the A and S tier episodes to be so amazing, they need the B tier episodes to set them up.
1.
Number 27. Season 3, Episode 1. You're Not Laughing Now. Mark has been training since Season 2, and then Doc Seismic and his bugs attack the world's superheroes. Solid season start and sets up the Cecil conflict.
Guess you missed my tryout.
Still think I'm adorable?
Number 26. Season 1, Episode 3. Who You Calling Ugly. Mark and Eve fight Doc Seismic, and the new Guardians of the Globe trials are held. The trials for the new Guardians are fun, and we get to meet some new heroes. Number 25. Season 4, Episode 3. I Gotta Get Some Air. Mark and Oliver fight Mr. Liu, and Eve tries to figure out what's wrong with her powers. This episode is nothing too special, but the ending was so awesome when the Flaxons showed up and the song Tom Tom started playing. Also, we find out Eve is pregnant in the post-credit scene.
I'm sorry.
Number 24. Season 4, Episode 1. making the world a better place. Mark is recovering after facing conquest. We get his fights with dinosaurs in Universa, and he also kills Russ Livingston to end the Sequid conflict. The Season 4 opener does a great job in showing the dark tone of Mark's life and the season to come.
I'm sure he's explaining nicely why they should leave us alone.
You don't seem to understand. Earth isn't yours to conquer.
Number 23, Season 1, Episode 2, Here Goes Nothing. Following the aftermath of the murder of the Guardians, Mark starts to figure out how real being a superhero is, fighting the Flaxons. This episode introduces many main characters such as the Teen Team and Cecil. This episode also shows Mark's realization of how violent his path ahead of him is going to be. Also, of course, this episode ends with the phenomenal sequence of Nolan wiping out the Flaxons. Number 22, the Adam Eve Special. The origin story of Adam Eve. This special episode does a great job in showing Eve's origin, how her powers truly work, and her true potential. Additionally, the fight with Eve and her siblings on the bridge is very entertaining and shows some really creative ways Eve can use her powers.
Your new Viltrumite rulers are on the way, and it's time to join us in welcoming them. And if you still think you can stop us, don't forget, I'm invincible.
Number 21, Season 2, Episode 1, A Lesson for Your Next Life. Mark is now figuring out how to be a hero after his fight with his dad. This episode starts with the alternate dimension, which is very cool to see. The Karma Police sequence with Mark is awesome. Also, we see the origin of Angstrom Levy. I really enjoy this episode and how they make it basically just about Angstrom. A tier. These episodes are absolutely amazing. This is Invincible at its core, extremely intense and entertaining.
This is your last chance to show me you can learn.
Number 20, Season 2, Episode 7, I'm Not Going Anywhere. Anissa gives Mark a visit on Earth to see how his takeover is going. This episode serves as a perfect introduction to Anissa's character.
New York, Los Angeles, Chicago.
Die fast, assholes! My pizza's getting cold.
Number 19, Season 2, Episode 5, This Must Come as a Shock. Mark returns home from Thraxa. The Guardians need to fight the Secrets before they make it to Earth, and of course, Rex, Ray, and Kate fight the Lizard League in one of the most brutal fights in the entire series.
What do I want? I want the truth! I want justice! I want...
Number 18, Season 3, Episode 6, All I Can Say Is I'm Sorry. Powerplex executes his revenge against Invincible. I love when an episode's main character is not Mark, and this episode is a perfect example of that. A great episode that really shows how dark Mark's life is getting to be.
Thanks. You know a lot about me.
I also knew exactly when you and this giant pile of shit would walk in here and ruin my doors. Also, Italian maple, by the way.
Number 17, Season 1, Episode 5, That Actually Hurt. This is the episode that made me realize that the showrunners were not afraid to beat their main character to a pulp. The fight with Machine Head's hired villains is absolutely fantastic, and of course, Battle Beast is the MVP of the episode.
His mistake led him to Mark Grayson, a half-human, half-Viltrumite, sympathetic to the Coalition cause. Because sometimes, to change the entire universe, you have to be...
Number 16, Season 2, Episode 3, This Missive, This Machination. The Alan episode. Seeing Alan and what he's been up to is awesome. Additionally, we get to see Mark go to Thraxa and end this episode with one of the best episode cliffhangers in the entire show.
That's what happens when you're a bad guy.
Number 15, Season 3, Episode 3, You Want a Real Costume, Right? Following Mark's fight with Cecil, Mark and Oliver get new costumes as Mark starts teaching Oliver what it means to be a superhero. This episode, of course, ends with Oliver slaughtering the Mahler twins. Oliver is one of my favorite characters, and his conflict with Mark is super well done.
Viltrumites. At long last, my thirst for battle can be satiated.
Forgive him. He's a fan. He's been really wanting to meet you guys.
Number 14, Season 3, Episode 4, You Are My Hero. Mark visits the future to kill King Immortal, and Alan, Nolan, and Battle Beast break out of a Viltrumite prison. The standout sequence of this episode is definitely the prison breakout. Watching Alan and Nolan fight together and seeing Battle Beast back in action was just awesome.
I thought you were stronger.
Number 13, Season 2, Episode 8, I Thought You Were Stronger. Invincible versus Angstrom Levy. A fight that uses Angstrom's multi-dimensional abilities very well, seeing some very interesting dimensions. This episode serves as a great conclusion to Season 2. Number 12, Season 4, Episode 6, You Look Horrible. Nolan and Oliver start to bond while Mark heals, and eventually the three join the Battle of Telescria. Seeing Nolan and Oliver finally together was cool to see. This whole episode sets up the insane next episode perfectly.
Yes. We are here.
Number 11, Season 4, Episode 8, Don't Leave Me Hanging Here. Mark returns home after the Viltrumite War. The opening sequence of this episode was phenomenal. The way they did Mark's visions and PTSD was done very well. Additionally, the entire conversation with Reg was just so tense and perfect. This episode serves as a great finish to Season 4.
We will honor our fallen, rebuild ourselves at any cost, and destroy those who thought they could extinguish us. We are Viltrumites. We are without end.
Number 10, Season 4, Episode 2, I'll Give You the Grand Tour. Mark and Alan prepare for war. This episode gets you extremely hyped for the season ahead of it. Mark and Alan's missions together were just so fun to see. And of course, the start of this episode with the effects of the Scourge virus was done so well. This is a phenomenal episode that deserved to make it into the top 10. S tier. These episodes are some of the best episodes of any show ever. Absolutely perfect episodes in my favorite show of all time.
You might as well give up. I'm...
Number 9, Season 1, Episode 1, It's About Time. The start of Invincible. One of the best starts to a show I've seen. Getting the story set up perfectly in what seems like a fun superhero show for it to end with the murder of the Guardians of the Globe. A phenomenal start with the best episode ending in the series.
You wouldn't dare.
Number 8, Season 1, Episode 7, We Need to Talk. Nolan is on the loose, and all of the built-up suspense around him finally starts to take action in an extremely stressful series of events that involve slaughtering GDA agents, a stern talking to from Cecil, and fighting a kaiju. And of course, the episode ends with Nolan finally saying those words to Mark.
Except I'm gonna need my money back. They missed a spot.
It was all that was left of my real skin. They wanted to replace it, but I wouldn't let them.
Number 7, Season 3, Episode 2, A Deal with the Devil. Cecil's origin and his fight with Mark. This episode was done so well. Their fight is so tense and really makes you question who is actually right, and it all ends up breaking up the Guardians and changes Mark and Cecil's dynamic forever.
Who is that?
This is your little brother.
You gotta be...
Number 6, Season 2, Episode 4, It's Been a While. Mark finally sees his dad again. What happened to Nolan after the Season 1 finale and his character growth was perfect. And seeing Mark and Nolan fight against the Viltrumites was one of the best fights in the series that ends so brutally for them, leaving Mark to bleed out while taking Nolan away for execution. Before we get into the top 5, I just want to make sure that it is clear that these 5 episodes are so hard to rank against each other. They are all perfect episodes. Number 5, Season 3, Episode 7, What Have I Done? The Invincible War. An insane episode that covers the absolute destruction of Earth by the Invincible variants. Seeing how the variants interact with each other and our Mark was just so fun to see, and the destruction they cause will always leave a wreck-sized hole inside of our hearts. Finally, this episode ends with Conquest visiting Mark at his lowest. Number 4. Season 4, Episode 5. Give us a moment. Mark prepares to leave for the Viltrumite War. We see so many great interactions with Nolan's first time on Earth since the Season 1 finale, and of course, as soon as our team leaves Earth, they are quickly interrupted by Conquest, leading to an absolute insane rematch between him and Mark that will never let me see Spaghetti the same way again.
Everyone and everything you know will be gone! What will you have after 500 years?
You, Dad. I still have you.
Number 3. Season 1, Episode 8, Where I Really Come From. The finale to Season 1 finally gives us Nolan's true backstory, and of course, his fight with his son, Mark. This episode is phenomenal. Hearing Nolan's reasons for the horrible actions he's taking and Mark's will to never give up on his people is just perfect. And of course, Nolan's speech to Mark on the mountain is one of the best things I've ever seen. Number 2. Season 3, Episode 8. I Thought You'd Never Shut Up. Invincible versus Conquest. The Season 3 finale has one of, if not the best fights I've ever seen in fiction. An absolute insane, brutal fight. I struggle finding the right words for just how good these final few episodes here really are.
I killed Conquest! I'll kill you too!
Show me.
Number 1. Season 4, Episode 7. Don't Do Anything Rash. The battle that ended the Viltrumite War. A truly perfect episode. Threg is one of the scariest villains I've ever seen, and the destruction of Planet Viltrum was just beautiful. This episode, I can confidently say, is the best episode in Invincible. With the episodes ranked from last to first, I'll now give my ranking for each of the 4 seasons of Invincible. The season I'd put in last place would be Season 2. It is not a bad season in the slightest, but it mostly just serves as a setup, slower season for what comes after. The season in third place is Season 1, a great first season that had a rising conflict with Nolan and an insane finale. The season in second place is Season 3, an amazing season all about Mark's morals that ended with 2 insane episodes. And the best season of Invincible has to be Season 4, an absolutely phenomenal season that had the Viltrumite War. Peak season of television. I can't wait for Season 5.
Have you heard of the Jamflowman? Jam sickest and the quickest hands in the land. Got that shit down real nice, so play